This is a stimulus check update and daily news report. Got a lot of important updates to share with you. Over 80 lawmakers are pressuring President Biden to release the memo of whether or not he could cancel student loans himself. The White House was asked about whether the Build Back Better bill is paid for or not. You don't want to miss Jen Psaki's reaction. She was really upset. I'll also play you a quick video clip of President Biden meeting with the top CEOs regarding the Build Back Better bill. 2 new cities officially have their universal basic income program going. One of them is $1,000 to over 3,000 families, and the Federal Reserve is going to hike the interest rates. What this means for you and your everyday life, and I'll give you some other important updates as well. Hope you're having a terrific Thursday. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below, and I'm announcing the winners of the $200 checks later on in this video, so stay tuned for that. First, new jobless claims dropped to 260,000 after weeks of increases. So new applications for jobless fell sharply by 30,000 last week after several weeks of increases. So it totaled to 260,000, which they thought it was going to be, the week before was 286,000. So in other news, over 80 lawmakers urge Biden to release memo outlining his authority on student debt cancellation. So if you remember, about 9 months ago, several different lawmakers were pressuring Biden, say, hey, cancel student loans. We want student loan forgiveness, and you could do it through executive action. And then President Biden said, all right, well, I'm going to ask my Secretary of Education to see if it's possible or not, and he'll get back to me in a few weeks. Well, that hasn't happened, and Democrats are still pressuring Biden. So publicly releasing the memo outlining your executive authority on canceling student debt and broadly doing so is crucial to making a meaningful difference in the lives of current students, borrowers, and their families. It has been widely reported that the Department of Education has had this memo since April 5th of 2021 after being directed to draft it. So now Democrats are pressuring Biden to say, hey, can you cancel student loans through executive action or not? Because President Biden campaigned on the promise that every federal student loan borrower will get at least $10,000 in federal student loans canceled. So far, we haven't heard anything back from President Biden, and he's been completely silent on that. Now, what does the White House say? So Jen Psaki responds to a question about Democrats' student debt cancellation demands by noting no one has been required to pay a single dime in federal loans under Biden. So I think President Biden, let me know your thoughts on this. Does President Biden have the authority through executive action or not? I think if he did not have the authority to do so, he would have come out and said, hey guys, I don't have the authority to do it through executive action. Congress, it's up to you guys. But if he does have the authority to do so, then he's really going to be hounded because he made a big promise. So 85 Democratic lawmakers urged Biden to release the memo on his ability to cancel student debt. Psaki responded to the letter by touting that nearly 2-year student loan payment pause, which is true. So the White House or President Biden has said nobody has to pay any federal student loans, no interest accumulation. But is that enough? If you're paying federal student loans, let me know what you want. Do you want it to be forever on pause, or would you like it to be canceled? Let me know your thoughts on that. Also, Jen Psaki was asked about the Build Back Better bill. Things got a little tense here. Take a look at this video clip.
Go ahead.
Just a quick question on inflation. Many people believe that government spending is a big factor in the current inflation levels. Can you speak to concerns that spending plans that come out of Build Back Better aren't paid for, and so could mean higher deficits and more inflation in the future?
Aren't paid for? Build Back Better is paid for. Entirely.
Okay. Can you speak to the concerns that are coming in that it's
Who are
not
the concerns
actually
from, though? But who's saying it's not paid for? Because there have been a range of economists saying it's entirely paid for, and that has been a priority for the president. It has also been concluded by a number of Nobel laureates and experts from a range of economic experts on the outside that it will not contribute to inflation. So those are the global experts that we would point to, but there may be others suggesting something else, but I don't know who those people are.
If those bills do pass, it will not raise taxes?
Well, something being entirely paid for means that part of that is the highest income Americans, that companies would be asked to pay a little bit more. That has been part of the proposal and part of reforming the tax system to make it more fair.
So they're also not expected to contribute to future inflation then?
The Build Back Better bill, again, it's fully paid for. We would point to Nobel laureates and a range of global economists who have conveyed that it would not contribute to inflationary pressures. Go ahead.
Personally, I don't know what to believe. We have Democrats in the White House saying that the bill is fully paid for, Republicans and other economists saying that it is not paid for. What do you believe? Is it paid for? Is it not paid for? Regardless, the Build Back Better is slowly inching forward. It all depends on King Mansion and Queen Cinema. So Build Back Better is mission critical for electric vehicle industry, according to Ford CEO. Here is a quick video clip of President Biden meeting with 20 CEOs and what they had to say about the Build Back Better bill.
The IBEW is going to be really very busy putting all those in all over the country. And that's just a start. Our Build Back Better plan, I say ours, is going to do even more in my view. Combined with the infrastructure law, we're making the biggest investment in clean energy manufacturing ever in American history. This is about here and now and the future. You know, our Build Back Better plan is paid for. It doesn't increase the deficit. And maybe the best news of all, it will actually help alleviate inflation. The fact that 17 Nobel laureates in economics say that the Build Back Better initiative will ease inflation pressures in the future is somewhat reassuring. The bottom line is, a lot of folks refer to this as just social spending. Well, I see it, but I see it this way. The Build Back Better plan lowers prices for families and gets people working.
When we invest, we can win and we can create jobs for our workers here in the United States. That's what we intend to do at Cummins, and I think that's what all of us can do if we invest in climate change technologies now. If we wait, not only do we harm the climate, but we make sure that we're not the winners in global competitiveness.
Well, I think there's a very important connection, Mr. President, between the pieces of Build Back Better and what matters not just to Microsoft's business, but to every American business. The truth is, our business is hugely dependent on the success of every part of the economy. You know, we announced our earnings yesterday afternoon. I think they've had some positive effect on the markets today.
And General Motors is committed to invest more than $35 billion to support electric vehicles and autonomous vehicles by 2025. Just yesterday, as you mentioned, we made an announcement to put $7 billion more into the state of Michigan for affecting 4 facilities, converting 1 plant to electric truck manufacturing, as well as 2 additional factories and then a battery plant.
Now, when it comes to CEOs and the Build Back Better bill, one of the questions that I have is what are they, what's their interest? Is it their own companies or is it the American people? I don't know. What do you think about the CEOs meeting with President Biden and what they had to say? So moving on, Federal Reserve points to interest rate hike coming in March. What does this mean and what does this mean to you and your life? So with inflation well above 2% and a strong labor market, the committee expects it will soon be appropriate to raise target range of federal funds rate. If you don't know what the Federal Reserve interest rate is, what the hike means to your everyday life, here's a video clip explaining more.
We've got more breaking news. This from the Federal Reserve, which just indicated it could soon raise interest rates for the first time in more than 3 years. The first hike could come in March, a move to combat historically high inflation. We expect to hear from the chairman of the Federal Reserve just about this. Jerome Powell is scheduled to speak in about 30 minutes. Joining me now is NBC News senior business correspondent and MSNBC anchor Stephanie Ruhle. So, Steph, raising rates in March, signaling very clearly so they don't shake the markets. What's it going to mean?
Well, listen, we're going to get a rate hike most likely in March, and we've been expecting this. All sorts of analysts have been saying it should have happened already. And why? We know we are clearly in an economic recovery. When rates are at 0, that's when the economy needs help. That's when businesses need rates low so they can have a better, easier time borrowing. Well, they've got to do something because inflation is so high. And so while they say the biggest risks to the economy right now are more COVID variants emerging in the coming months, problems. Right now, one of the biggest problems is inflation. So they're going to be raising rates come March, and hopefully over time, that's going to slow down this very fast pace we're seeing of prices going up, which has no one happy, and it's a politically difficult situation for Biden.
What else is the Fed, or did they announce, or might Jerome Powell announce in roughly 30 minutes that could have an impact on inflation?
Exactly. I just said it. What he's going to do, they're going to raise rates in March.
Okay, I meant like, okay, all right. What does it mean? Sorry, Steph. What does it mean for just the average person who's going to try and maybe buy a home or get some sort of line of credit?
Okay, so for the average person out there, this whole thing is a little bit tricky, Katie, because it's kind of like eat your vegetables. What it's going to do is make it a little more expensive to get a mortgage, to get a bank loan on your credit card, which you're going to be like, well, nobody wants that. But paying a little bit more for those things might be worth it, because if raising rates is effective, they're doing it so they can slow inflation, then that's going to be good for everyone. So while we're going to have this small raise in rates, which remember, we're coming from zero. The last time inflation was this high, rates were above 5%. So we can stand for rates to go up a little bit. This is all meant to start to even out the economy and really have us standing on our own. The stock market and the economy should no longer have this giant safety net of the Fed constantly hugging it. We got to stand on our own.
What are your thoughts on this? Are you concerned with rates being hiked up in a few months? Is this a good idea, bad idea, or you don't care about it because it's not going to affect your everyday life? Let me know your thoughts on that. So when it comes to stimulus aid could be on the way to help with heating and cooling bills. So I mentioned this earlier that $100 million is going to be used to help a new bill could be put for more families in line help with utility bills by increasing funding for a critical program. So basically, to help out with heating bills and cooling bills, $100 million is going to be helped out. This is a 5-year plan of $500 million. So this is the first year of that. Then when it comes to stimulus check, didn't get the third stimulus check. Here's how to get remaining payment. So really quick, if you just go to, if you're going to file a tax return, you go to rebate or recovery rebate credit to claim your $1,400 stimulus check. And if you had any dependents, you could get another $1,400 for them. So you just have to file a tax return, which you can officially do right now. When it comes to a fourth stimulus check, $2,000 per month to every American fourth stimulus check petition, currently at 3,026,000 signatures. And it doesn't seem like this is going to happen, at least a monthly check, but there is interest for it, and Congress is just still stalling on the Build Back Better. They can't even get the child tax credit going, yet alone another stimulus check, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. Basic income program officially in effect provides $1,000 monthly payments to select LA families. So this is officially going on in Los Angeles, $1,000 per month for 3,200 families for 12 months. So this is probably the biggest stimulus check there is. So if someone's getting $1,000 per month, that's a $12,000 stimulus check essentially just drawn out monthly. So this is what's going on in Los Angeles. And then Minneapolis guaranteed basic income program takes shape. So applications have finished. They received 8,000 eligible applications for 200 spots in its guaranteed income program, which is $500 monthly for 2 years. So yeah, I guess they're working out the details. They haven't picked the families yet, but they're in the works of doing that. And that is all the stimulus news that I have for you today. Next, let's get into who won those $200 checks. All right, so now I am in my back end here. So the way to enter for this $200 check is you just had to write the word blessed in this video right here on the 17th, and then you had to subscribe to this channel, Wise Flies, plus my other two channels, Wise Buys, which is a product review channel, and Wise Vibes. So let's get to that. So we're gonna go to options, no, not that one. We're gonna go to pick a winner. All right, right here. So we're gonna pick a winner, and then I'm going to comment must contain words. So we're gonna pick blessed, and now I'm going to click pick a winner, so the winners are chosen at random, and then I'm going to have to verify a few things. So the first winner is Irma Perez, I'm blessed to be married for 27 years and have 6 wonderful children, even though they're all grown up, except one, he's 17 years old. I'm blessed to have such a wonderful family. So happy to hear that, Irma, and congrats on winning. For all the other winners, I have my details down in the description below. Just reach out to me. I'll verify a few things and then send you that physical $200 check. And the next winner is Burnell Alberti, blessed because there are a joy that I got that man didn't give. Congrats to you on winning, Burnell. And the next winner is Lori Parker. I'm blessed I have a roof over my head. Congrats on winning, Lori. Yeah, if we appreciate the small things in life like that, which may be small to us, but huge to others, we always have to appreciate and have gratitude for what we have. Congrats on winning. And the next winner is Christopher Esquivel. I'm blessed to have my family close by and I'm able to see them often. Yeah, family is everything, and if we could spend as much time with family as possible, I think that really helps out our life. So congrats to you and congrats to all the other winners. I'm going to do this again in a month from now. Usually the middle of the month is when I'll set this up. So if you didn't win, I'm going to do it again in the future. So stay tuned for that. And thanks again for all of your support and being a part of the Wise Flies community. To hopefully cheer you up a bit, here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Guys, I didn't see you there. Hi guys, this is Belle. This is the tip of the day. So I wanted to tell you something that you should do. Hi guys, what you doing? Sorry, that's my sister. If you want to do something and you can't find something, you have to do what you want to do and make another something. If you can't do the first one, then go on to the next one, because you have to stay positive and good and have good relationships with some friends. And you should always be good enough. Bye. That's all I wanted to tell you.
Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate your support, and I love that you're a part of the Wise Flies community. I see a lot of your comments about Bella and her tip of the day, and you like the videos and pictures at the end where I show my kids and stuff. So I'm really happy that I could share this with you, and it's a mutual exchange here. You know, we're all like one big happy family here. So if you want to check out my latest video, my other channel, you could click up here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.